Hey y'all, what's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Tay, and I'm here yet again with another update video. So today we got quite a few things. We're going to be talking about what's going on in the White House. I literally just received an alert like 7 minutes ago talking about how 6 states are going to be gaining seats in Congress. I definitely think that information is relevant because depending on which side they're on, that could definitely affect any type of legislation that they may want to pass in the next few coming months. We're also going to talk about these new states that have been added to the emergency SNAP allotments for the month of May, as well as pandemic EBT, and just, more. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button. That way, anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. So jumping right into it, I definitely wanted to let you guys know about these 6 states, because it's interesting to me as well. Like I said, I definitely think that it's relevant to all of us right now. You know that this last stimulus package that they passed, they did it with the budget reconciliation process. And if they want to continue that, then for the sake of Congress, they would need to maintain that Democrat majority as well as in the Senate. So let's see what we have going on. It says 6 states will see their congressional delegations grow in the next Congress, according to the first results from the U.S. Census Bureau's decennial survey of America's population, in what the Bureau's director said was the smallest shift in any decade in almost a century, okay? Texas is set to add 2 U.S. House seats to its delegation after a decade in which the state added more than 4 million new residents. Colorado, Florida, North Carolina, and Oregon will also add 1 more seat. Montana will add a second district 30 years after it lost that second seat in a previous round of apportionment. The states losing seats are almost all in the in Illinois, Michigan, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania continue to bleed seats as residents moved elsewhere. West Virginia's population declined by a larger share than any other state over the last decade, shrinking by 3.2 percentage points. The state's congressional delegation will drop from 3 seats to 2 beginning in the next Congress. And for the first time since it joined the Union, California's congressional delegation will shrink by 1 seat. Karen Battles, chief of the Census Bureau's population division, said California had experienced more net domestic migration out of the state than into the state. I'm not shocked at that at all. I mean, I myself want to move. I don't know what state I would feel most comfortable with, and considering the fact that I do have like I said, I have split custody with my children, and that wouldn't be an easy thing for me to do, because how would I keep up with seeing my kids, if I'm not in the same state? So I mean, I'm definitely not surprised at that. 3 states that had been expected to lose seats, Rhode Island, Alabama, and Minnesota, each avoided losing influence in Washington, D.C. Texas had been expected to add as many as 3 seats, while some expected Florida to take 2 seats. So again, I mean, we'll just have to see what's going to happen in the long run. The new twist, he said, is that the net migration out of California. So it seems like the only biggest shocker to them is the fact that a lot of people have moved out of California. I don't see why that's a shocker though, but I don't know if that information was, if you guys wanted to hear about that. But like I said, I like keeping up on stuff like that. I'm not a politician. You guys know that. I'm not really for one or the other side. I just like to hear about the news that way that may affect me in the long run. And I do feel like us losing seats or gaining seats or whatever that may be, in whatever position those politicians take in those seats, will definitely affect us as a country and as a whole, especially when they're trying to pass as much legislation as they plan to pass, considering the fact that the economy is still not fully recovered from the pandemic. Okay, so now let's jump into this information that I found just recently. Washington, D.C., the U.S. Department of Agriculture announced on the 23rd of April that it is increasing food assistance to low-income seniors, a population that has been especially hard hit by the pandemic, by providing nearly $37 million in additional support to the Commodity Supplemental Food Program, CSFP. States and tribal nations will receive the new funding from the American Rescue Plan Act to serve additional seniors, in addition to up to $2.6 million in administrative funds from the previous pandemic relief bill. The pandemic has exacerbated the hunger crisis in America, but help is on the way, said Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack. By expanding the reach of CSFP and providing additional support to the states and tribes that administer the program, USDA is helping ensure that no senior has to worry where their next meal will come from. I am especially excited about this because they've been talking a lot about hunger insecurity in the world. They've been talking a lot about what's going on with the children and the fact that children who were not in school were suffering because they weren't getting, or the parents were suffering rather, trying to accommodate their kids being home every day, all day, because they weren't getting those 2 meals that they would usually get in school. However, you know what I mean? I used to be a CNA, so I feel for my seniors, my seasoned American people, and I definitely feel like they have suffered as well. You know what I mean? Everybody has suffered, and I've been saying that from the beginning. Everybody has definitely suffered through this pandemic in some way, shape, or form. Some people feel like theirs is worse than others. You know what I'm saying? I really don't think you can judge your struggle based off of somebody else's, because what they may be experiencing may be really, really hard for them. Okay, so but I definitely think that this is good, considering the fact that most senior citizens, especially the ones that are subscribed to this channel, you guys are always saying how some of you are saying you're getting $16 in food stamps, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. Some of you are saying that you're just qualified because of your SSI or SSDI or whatever other state program that is supplementing your income right now, and I think that that is ridiculous. So I definitely think that if they are going to give you guys some extra benefits, I don't know in what way that's going to show up, but I still think that this is a step in the right direction. It says the American Rescue Plan funding allows USDA Foods and Nutrition Service, the FNS, to expand the reach of CSFP by fulfilling all 2021 requests from states to serve more seniors and adding Wichita and affiliated tribes to the program. FNS will also make up $2.6 million from further Consolidated Appropriations Act of 2021, available for states and tribal nations to support increased administrative costs resulting from the pandemic. Okay, so again, I definitely think that this is going to benefit in the long run. It says the FNS is providing guidance to states and tribal nations to exclude stimulus funds and child tax credits provided by the American, the ARP from income when determining eligibility for CSFP. The same exclusion applies across other federal nutrition assistance programs, including SNAP, WIC, child nutrition programs, and food distribution program on Indian reservations, and the emergency food assistance program. So it sounds like, and I don't want to speak ahead of myself, but it does sound like they're going to be working to provide you guys with more benefits. I don't know if that's going to be EBT benefits, but they are excluding or taking away the state's ability to include this extra help in determining other factors for other programs that you may already be receiving. So yeah, it says this exclusion, SNAP, WIC, child nutrition programs, all of that stuff. So I definitely think that that is some great news. I'm going to follow this story, see if I can get some more information for you guys. Sorry about that, you guys. My little ankle biter heard mommy's voice and wanted to come in here. But like I said, I will continue to follow that and give you guys some more information as it becomes available. Now, Bernie Sanders. Let's talk about Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders leads 17 senators in a letter asking Biden to expand Medicare. Okay, so it says Senator Bernie Sanders and other lawmakers on Sunday sent a letter to President Joe Biden asking for an expansion of Medicare benefits to be included in the upcoming American Families Plan, a roughly $1.8 trillion spending and tax plan aimed at rebuilding the U.S. economy. Sanders, along with Senators Ben Cardin, Debbie Stabenow, I don't know how you say that, and Elizabeth Warren led 13 other lawmakers in drafting a letter to Biden urging for extended health benefits. The lawmakers are seeking that Biden reduce the Medicare eligibility age, expand Medicare benefits to include hearing, dental, and vision care, implement a cap on out-of-pocket expenses under traditional Medicare, and negotiate lower drug prices for the program. It says Medicare has been one of the most successful and popular federal programs in our nation's history since it was signed into law by President Lyndon Johnson in 1965. Now, 55 years later, the time is long overdue for us to expand and improve this program so that millions of older Americans can receive the health care they need, including eyeglasses, hearing aids, and dental care, the letter stated. Okay, so It seems like they want to, well, obviously, you know, they want to change things with Medicare. I think that that's good too. There's a lot of great things. I mean, I got to hand it to, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but you know, like I said, I'm not for one side or the other. You guys know that, but I definitely can applaud some of the effort. There's still so much more that needs to be taken care of in our economy. We spoke about Section 8 in most states is so behind. People have been waiting on these lists for upwards of 10 or more years. Okay, there are still so many different things that they need to dig their heels in and really get down to business. But I definitely think that they are moving. I'm definitely seeing a lot more legislation. I'm definitely seeing a lot more conversations happening about changing certain things that is going to affect our economy and the ability for the, you know, the effectiveness, the smoothness, and how we recover from everything that has happened. Okay, in Florida, it says there was a Senate vote 40-0 to approve increased unemployment benefits. This past week on Thursday, April the 22nd, the Florida Senate unanimously passed a bill called SB 1906 that will increase the benefits for unemployed Floridians, or however you say that, from a maximum weekly payment of $275 to $375. The bill also increased the maximum amount of weeks a recipient can receive these benefits from 12 weeks to 14 weeks and is calculated monthly rather than annually. The maximum amount of benefits a recipient receives in a benefit year jumps from $6,325 to $9,375. The bill allows for applicants to use a base period that is different from the one that the individual is in at the time of application. Okay, instead of required base period that includes the wages made in the last year up until the time of the application, an applicant can now choose the most recent base period that is prior to the one that he or she is in. The newly passed bill also removes the requirement of recipients needing to report a telephone number of potential employers to One Step Career Center and Employ Florida, as well as decreases the amount of prospective employers reported weekly by recipients from 5 to 3 to 2 for individuals in smaller counties. The bill also amends the definition of address, which now means recipients can report a physical address, a website, or email address when reporting weekly potential employers to Florida Department of Economic Opportunity. Again, some more good news for Florida. I mean, I think we pretty much have that going on out here. I'm not exactly sure. I think we have that going on out here, but I still think that that's some good news. Now, for the stuff that I know you guys want to hear about, that, you know, consider that my public service announcements. I'm going to be giving you guys a lot of that because, like I said, even if you guys don't agree, I still think that it's, you don't have to be a politician. You don't have to be Democrat, Republican, liberal, whatever it is. You don't have to be none of that to just want to be in the know of what's going on in your country, in your state, or whatever is going to affect you. I think that the pandemic has definitely been an eye-opener for all of us, or at least it should has been, that we need to stay in the know and know what's going to affect us. So that way, for a lot of us, maybe we can't never prepare ourselves to be in a pandemic. That's just something that's outside of our control. But we can, in certain aspects, prepare our families for scenarios that may financially hurt us in the long or short run, if that makes any sense. Okay, so getting to the pandemic EBT, both my sites have updated. This one updated today as of April the 26th. As of right now, currently approved states for pandemic EBT for 2020-2021 school year: Alabama, Arizona, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, DC, Florida, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, Nebraska, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. Still no California, you guys. I'm watching, and for the other states too, I'm watching, but still no California. Now for emergency max SNAP allotments for the month of May, we've got a few more states. I think we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 states. So I'm going to give you guys the names of those states, not in alphabetical order, and I'm also going to give you the payout dates. Okay, so for emergency SNAP allotments for the month of May, we have Wisconsin, May 22nd, and then a catch-up run on July 10th. Maryland, all month long, May 1st through the 31st. New Jersey, May 1st through the 5th, normal issuance dates. Hawaii, June 14th. Kentucky, May 2nd through the 19th, by regular issuance dates and the last number of your social security number, and the new applications will be uploaded the day after your approval, okay? North Carolina, May 22nd through the 31st, and then Washington, regular issuance schedule. So I hope this information was in some way helpful or useful. You guys know I love talking to you guys and keeping you guys updated with the most updated information. Definitely make sure you guys smash that like button because it does help your girl to stick around. And I will see you in the next video. Oh, remember to live, love, and elevate. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.